Hey y'all, it is Tasha here, back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are a returning guest, hey girl. If you are new here, welcome, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out of here after you get done watching this video today. We are getting really close to the new year 2020, and around this time every year you start seeing the statuses, new year, new me, gonna start working on me this year, setting these goals. 2020, I can see my vision. You know how it goes. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to actually make those goals and plans that you have for yourself stick this year. It's very easy to make those really high goals at the beginning of the year, and then by the time March, April rolls around, you've kind of found yourself falling off the wagon, and for some reason it's really hard for people to jump back on, other than having some major life event or new year coming or birthday coming. It's like it has to be some sort of milestone for whatever reason to actually get back started. So this year I want us to make the goals, stick to the goals, and come out of 2020 bigger and better than you left 2019. So just a disclaimer out here, I am not a financial advisor, I am not a registered dietitian, I am not a personal trainer. However, by trade, I am a health coach, and I do have a bachelor's degree in health science, and I do have my master's in public health. So the information I am going to share with you, I have either practiced myself or I do give this education to my patients as well. So if you are ready to learn 5 tips on how to make your goals stick this year, stay tuned. Okay, first thing is making a plan. You cannot go on without knowing what your plan is going to be for the year. You know how the saying goes, those who fail to plan for their, what? You know what it is. Those who fail to plan to fail. There it is. So please make sure you have a plan. What is that plan? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to improve your YouTube channel? Do you want to eat better? Do you want to save more money? Do you want to improve your finances? Get a better job? Whatever it is, we have to know what that plan is going to be before we can move forward to figure out how we're actually going to implement and execute this plan. Step 2 is start small. With so many of my patients, people want to go from, not exercising at all to, I'm then going to exercise every day for 30 minutes. No, it's not how this works. Or you're going to go from, I don't save anything to, I'm going to save half of my paycheck every couple weeks. Start small. You want to start with small, achievable, attainable goals. Whether that's even saving $10 out of your paycheck every 2 weeks and working your way up until you can get more. Whether that's literally you working out once a week for maybe 20 minutes and then working your way up by adding days on. You have to start small. When you start too large, you overwhelm yourself very quickly, and usually people will experience burnout really, really fast if you do that. And the minute you burn out, the minute you don't want to do it anymore, or the minute you're not successful of, I wanted to save this amount of money, or I wanted to lose this amount of weight before that day, and it does not happen, it hits a blow to your self-esteem, and it just really takes your motivation downhill, and I don't want that to happen to you guys this year. So if you have a goal, make sure that you start small and work your way up throughout the year. We don't have to run the marathon on the first day, but if we take at least the first step, by the end of the year, we can hopefully be closer to maybe that half marathon instead. All right, tip 3 is going to be setting SMART goals. This is something that I pretty much practice in my profession every day of setting SMART goals. And what SMART stands for is making the goals specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. You want to have those key items when you're setting your goals. Again, for example, because weight loss is usually really big during the new year of people wanting to, lose weight, eat better, exercise more. So to make it a SMART goal, you can't just say, I want to lose weight. That's not enough. You need more information than that to give yourself the push that you need, or to give yourself the guidance that you need to actually get this done. How are you going to lose the weight? So to make it a SMART goal, you would want to say, I am going to sign up at my local gym by January 31st. Once I sign up, I am going to work out 2 days a week for 30 minutes for the first 30 days. That is being very specific and intentional of what your goal is going to be. Therefore, you know what you're reaching for every day, every week, every month, whatever it is. You know what you're trying to hit. If you just throw your dart and you're not aiming at the bullseye, you're going to miss it every time. So you do want to make sure that your goals are specific. You want to know, what am I trying to do? What do I want to do? You want to make sure they are measurable. If you can't measure what you're doing, you're kind of just running all over the place. Attainable. If they are not attainable, again, goes back to, if you're not setting a goal, you're really shooting yourself before you even get started. So you want to make sure that your goal is achievable. If you have not exercised all year, please don't sign up for your membership at the Y and you show up every day for 60 minutes every day. By the first week, I promise you're going to hate yourself because you're going to be sore, and then you're not going to ever want to go back. So you want to make sure that your goals are attainable, measurable, time-based. You have to tell yourself, when I do this, how long am I going to do it for? What length of time, whether that's the actual days of the week, the minutes that you're going to do it, how many months you want to give yourself to lose a certain amount of weight. You have to put some sort of numbers on it so that you know exactly what you're aiming for. And just to give you guys some tips when it comes to that, you can also, when it comes to these different goals, make it visual for yourself. A tip that I give a lot of my patients are, especially if you have a good amount of weight you want to lose, is have 2 jars. Put those little glass beads inside of 1 jar. 1 jar is the weight that you want to lose. 1 jar is the weight that you've lost thus far. So every time you get on that scale and you find that you've lost more weight, take some marbles from that weight that you want to lose jar and put it in the jar of the weight that you have lost. Therefore, you truly have a visual of, oh my gosh, I know I may feel like the scale is not moving or I'm not doing as much as I can, but before you know it, you maybe moved, 3 of those marbles into your other jar. Or now that you've looked at it, 4 or 5 months from now, half of your marbles are moving. So it's a visual thing to just really help keep you motivated and to see how far that you've come. Personally, I use waist beads. It has really have become a motivating factor for me over the past few months. And I use it only for basically the motivation, keep track of where I'm going, or if I'm eating too much, it really kind of keeps me in check really quickly. So that has really been a motivating factor for me. Seeing the waist beads drop, being able to order a smaller size and put it on and it actually fits. Those are small visual factors for me that make a huge difference in my motivation. So find what motivates you, only you, not anybody else. Find whatever that is. Stick to it. I promise you will see the results that you're looking for. All right. Tip number 4 is to stay consistent. This is probably the hardest piece for everybody, is to stay consistent. We always have these grand goals at the beginning of the year of, eating better, and you're doing all your green smoothies, every month of January. And then again, by the time March rolls around, pretty much have gone downhill. So you want to stay consistent with yourself. Now, being consistent does not mean you're perfect every day. So I want to take that notion out of your head of, you do not have to be perfect every day to be consistent. My personal goal is to work out 4 days a week. Now, just because I may not hit 4 days a week every week does not mean I don't work out 1, 2, or 3 days a week. You don't let go of the entire goal because you can't meet some of the goal. Being consistent is more important than everything, because the more you can get your body into the routine of what you're doing, staying in the practice of what you're doing, the more that you can be consistent and see those results that you need. So if your goal is to eat better, Monday comes, it was busy, you ate out for maybe lunch and dinner. Tuesday rolls around, I didn't eat so good either. By Wednesday, most people are like, you know what, I've just done bad already this week. The whole week is just gone to hell. So let me just, I start over next week again. Don't do that. Every meal is a chance for you to make another choice. Every day is a chance for you to say, hey, I'm going to get more activity. Every pay period is a chance for you to start over to say, ooh, I'm going to put a little bit more in my savings this time. So please don't let any small deterrence off of that track deter you way off of the track. Stay on as much as you can. Stay consistent, whether that's, getting in one day, half of your goal, 25% of your goal, whatever it is, stay consistent with what you're doing. Consistency is key. The minute you fall off of whatever your goal or practice is, the harder it is to get back on. And then the last tip I have for you is to set yourself up for success, people. I know I've talked about, all this goal setting, making it achievable, starting small, and all this stuff, but you really want to set yourself up for success. What that means is whatever is a barrier for you, try to eliminate that barrier very early on as quickly as you can. I continue to talk about diet and exercise because that's just usually a big topic for the beginning of the year. But if your goal is to not eat so much junk food, set yourself up for success and don't bring the junk food in the house. I know that sounds very easy, but if you leave it at the grocery store, how many of us are going to, go to the store at 8 o'clock at night because we felt like some chips? You're probably not going to put clothes on, drive, go get it, and come back home. You're just going to be like, oh, I don't have it, so I'm not going to eat it. So set yourself up for success by not even bringing those items in the home. If you know that you will want to treat yourself every now and then, don't buy the family size bag of chips. Buy the individual bag of chips so that you can still have that to treat yourself, but once it's gone, it's gone. You can't go back in the pantry to get any more. Same if, sweets is your thing. Don't buy the whole 6 count of cupcakes. Don't come home with the whole cake to eat by yourself because if it's there, you will eat it. So to trick yourself, get one donut from Krispy Kreme instead of a dozen. Get the one slice of cake from the grocery store. Buy the individual ice creams or the little tiny pints to get you through. So you have to set yourself up for success. If it is exercising that you want to do, and as soon as you leave work, you want to go to the gym, put your workout clothes in the car before you leave home because once you get home, you're not going to go back out. So you have to, again, set yourself up for success. If you want to work out first thing in the morning, lay your stuff out before you go to bed the night before so that when you wake up, that's one less hurdle you have to jump over to get yourself moving. Your workout clothes will be there. You'll look at it and you'll say, yep, I remember I told myself I'm going to go to the gym at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Here's the clothes. Get it done. It seems very, very hard in the beginning. Trust me. I know, just because I teach this to people every day and I know this because of my education does not mean it's easy for me either. Every day you have to make the decision to do what's best for you and what's going to help you achieve those goals that you have for yourself. There is no easy button. Nobody can do it for you. So you're going to have to really push and motivate yourself. So those are the 5 tips that I have. The one last bonus kind of I want to put in there is for you to tell somebody about what you're doing or put it in writing and put it up in front of you. It's like those daily affirmations, or it's once you've told somebody what you want to do, it helps to hold you accountable. So whether that's your spouse, your significant other, your kids, your co-workers, whoever you're around most, that is the person that I would tell, because again, that person can hold you accountable. If you've told your co-workers you want to eat healthy, then they would be less apt to ask you, oh, I'm going to go by McDonald's or Wendy's. Do you want some lunch? They're probably not going to ask you because you've already made the intention known that you want to eat healthy for yourself. Or if you've, told your spouse that, I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then by the time Friday rolls around, they can say, hey, how'd your workouts go on Monday, Wednesday, and what you're going to do today? It helps to hold you accountable when you tell somebody else. When you make it verbal, you make it real. So whether that's you telling somebody or you physically writing it down, it makes it real. You can psych yourself out in your brain so many times. So make it intentional, make it real. Say what you want to do. Speak it into existence of, I am going to do this. And then all you need to do is execute from there. Again, I know all of these things that I gave you are much easier said than done, but I just wanted to give you the motivation that you need to keep going or to get started wherever you may be in your journey. We are just a few days away from the new year, so if you can go ahead, make your plan now so that by January 1st or 2nd, you'll be good to go to hit the ground running. If y'all have any questions, please drop them below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.